tell people how it started, because when you first started doing like the digital art stuff, I mean, anybody can pick up a piece of paper and a pencil and draw on paper, but to do the digital art was a little tougher for us to get together. Tell them about the piecemeal
Yeah. So
setup you had.
realistically, how I got into digital art was I had a friend that I worked with when I worked for Circuit City. He's like, I got this. I know you draw and you airbrush and stuff. I have this thing. It's like a drawing pad. I bought it. I was going to use it for something. I forget what he was going to use it for, but he goes, I never used it. It's brand new. Do you want it? And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
well, I didn't know what it was really. I'm like, I guess. Sure. I mean, sure, I'll take it if you don't want it. So he hands me a Wacom pad. And again, didn't really know much about digital drawing. And so I had this thing sitting, in my possession for probably about a year or two. And then I meet you, and you make this space for me, and drawing table and all these things, and I'm drawing on paper and all this kind of stuff. And I forget how it happened, how exactly how I was like, let me pull this thing out. But I think I had mentioned it to you, but I said, I don't know. I actually don't have a computer. I didn't really own. Did I own a computer?
I don't think you had one. But I had a laptop, but the
Right.
screen was cracked.
See, now that's weird. How was I getting on the internet then?
Well, I had a computer.
You had a computer. I think, well, because in the midst of my split up,
Right.
I think we had a computer, a family computer, or maybe I had a desk. I think I had a desktop. That's what I had. I had a desktop at my house. And yeah, so I think I might have seen on online some people utilizing it. And so they're like, "Oh, you do it in Photoshop." So I was like, "How do you even do it?" So I remember the first time you said, "Well, I have this beat up laptop and a screen," and you plugged them in, and
I had
sure
a
enough,
separate
they
screen that we
worked, and you
plugged
had
into the
internet and
laptop.
stuff, and we plugged
Yeah.
that digital drawing pad in it. And I remember messing with it, and I'm going, "Oh, you could draw lines, and you can do all kinds of stuff. This is kind of interesting." And no idea even how to use Photoshop really. And then I remember even I was thinking, well, how do you do this? Like, I have these drawings. I wonder if I could trace them. So I remember setting, like, doing little drawings that would fit on the pad itself, the size of the pad, and tried to trace them. And it didn't read the same way on the screen. So somehow, some way, I watched some videos or something where I saw somebody import the drawing into Photoshop, use a different layer, and then trace on top of that. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started doing that, which was tracing my own little pencil sketches in Photoshop, and then started learning about layers and then the different drawing tools. But the weird thing was learning and teaching myself how to look up with no mental connection to my hand,
Right.
and then manipulating the pencil around the pad, which was only, probably this big, is almost as big as my phone, maybe even smaller.